God of War Ragnarok is my first time playing a God of War title. Did it live up to the hype? And was it accessible? Let's talk about it. What's up, Dynamite? I'm Kennedy, and welcome to the level where we talk about accessibility in gaming and my experience as a disabled gamer. I've heard wonderful things about God of War and what a fun game it is and what a cool franchise it is, but it's a completely different thing to experience it for yourself. And I'm happy to say that the game is so beautiful and so immersive and so accessible that I really enjoyed it. I love Kratos and Atreus' story with like every bit of my being, and it's really exciting to see what they've done with this series thus far. So we have over 70 accessibility features to cover and some small suggestions, and I do mean small, on what we can improve. So let's get into the menu overview. When you first open the game, you're greeted by the accessibility presets and the screen reader. You can't really edit the settings within the presets in depth on the screen, so I suggest picking one if you need it, and then before you start playing the game, going into the accessibility menu and thoroughly going through your options. So in the accessibility menu, you have the accessibility presets, the audio menu, which includes audio cues for those on the blindness spectrum, and it's similar to the navigation system in the Last of Us games, which is really nice. Combat accessibility, which includes aim assists and lock-on camera control options that sound like something from an infomercial. Do you have trouble keeping your camera centered? Do those pesky gods and goddesses keep evading your deadly blows no matter how hard you try with the delay in your finger movements? Introducing Ragnarok Aim Assist, the God of War game mechanic that has not only one, but two modes to help you behead those pesky celestial beings with accuracy and flair. Want the classic auto aim experience? Simply set all your camera settings to classic for a clean experience hitting those enemies on your screen. But if you want the eyesight of an omnipresent OP god, Classic Plus, Auto Target Plus, and Priority Plus are the settings for you. Snipe those enemies off screen with a 360 no-scope the best esports players could be jealous of. All this could be yours for the stellar price of $59.99. But wait! There's more! We'll also include our navigation package with auto pickup, essentials, and essentials plus. Never miss an important item again. We'll also include our traversal assist, so you'll never have to worry about pressing a button to bolt, climb, descend, or crawl ever again. All of this could be yours for the stellar price of $59.99. Order now at PlayStation.com. Accessibility features are for the use of those that need them. Auto aim is not a cheat code. There's a way for others to play the game that they've never been able to play before. Auto aim is not guaranteed your ability to be good at combat repairs. This is not an automatic aim simulator. Accessibility is for everyone. Santa Monica Studios is not held liable for any god, goddess, or mythical creature that may be discovered due to the sick, twisted, dark fantasies of the disabled community. Controller settings. You also have complete remapping, multiple tap and hold options for your buttons, and auto sprint, to name a few controller settings. For visual settings, you have high contrast settings, a reduced flashing toggle, visualization contrast, and a controller overlay, which I found very nice, especially if you're a content creator, but even more so you can kind of see on screen which buttons you're pushing if you're new to a controller or you just want to see what you're doing and what your fingers look like. And you can also change the size of your UI text to some pretty large text. It's a nice size. Could it always be larger in my opinion? Yes. But it's a good size if you're on a monitor or close to a monitor or on your television. For the high contrast display, you have multiple settings for each of the things you'll be interacting with in game, and you can even make the cinematics high contrast, and you can even go as far as to be able to pick your colors for each thing. So if you want an enemy highlighted and you don't want anything else highlighted, you can choose to do that. If you want targets highlighted, you can choose to do that. And I think while they didn't include colorblindness settings, it would have been nice for them to include colorblindness settings. While they didn't include them as presets, this is a nice way to remedy that, because you can kind of make your own color mix and match as you go, which is very nice. For subtitles and captions, you have a preview of what your subtitle and caption should look like, and you have subtitle sizes and color options, as well as background choices and subtitle caption blur. And you also have an audio glossary for the entire navigation sound system. There are also increased puzzle timers for when you're doing puzzles. The characters actually give you really helpful puzzle hints. It's not like some vague puzzle hint where they don't really give you an answer you need. They'll be like, hey, over here on the left, maybe we should hit this thing. It's very nice as someone who has trouble dealing with puzzles sometimes to have that intense dialogue. Now, how do all these settings work in practice, you ask? My answer is great. The only gripe that I have is that you have to toggle auto target on and off. And I kind of wish it was automatic so that I didn't have to keep pressing the R3 button, because it does get a little tedious. But overall, the game is super accessible, even for the navigation system. When I'm doing side quests or some secondary puzzle thing that's not within the main story, the navigation system switches its focus and helps me complete those things without getting lost in a particular area, which is really cool when you look at the difference between this navigation system and the Last of Us navigation system, linear versus open world. It's very nice how they adapted it. Santa Monica really did keep their promise when they said they tried to match the accessibility of the Last of Us games completely and totally. And I'm really proud that I got a chance to review it. So I say pick it up. It's very accessible for everyone across the spectrum. Don't be afraid to pick it up. If you're afraid to buy it, go find a friend, play it at a friend's house, get your friend to bring their copy over, because everyone needs to experience this game. One of my favorite features is the haptic feedback. Personally, it just adds so much more depth, and they use the PS5 controller haptic feedback very well. So even just for that, I say pick it up, experience it, go on this really dope adventure. Accessibility is different for everyone, but I have a feeling if this is your first God of War game, it fits all, if not most, of your needs if you're disabled. It's a beautiful, immersive, and heartwarming adventure. And I can't wait for everyone to be able to experience it today. So, don't forget to tell me what you think about the game. Is there an accessibility feature that you think I missed that you really want, or a feature that I talked about that you really want to talk about? Leave it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do accessibility reviews, etc., and all of that on the channel all the time. I'm gonna be playing God of War today on my Twitch later this evening, so be sure to check out that. Stay tuned for that, and don't forget, you deserve accessibility that's on the level. I love you. You're important. Peace out.